Congratulations, you made it to Tuesday. Hi, how are you? 5280 Sports Network and MileHighSports.com. It is time for your Morning Minute. Nate Lundy along with Sean Drotar. Thank you so much for stopping by here on the Tuesday. It is Chiefs Week, Sean, where Aqib Talib says, I feel super fresh right now. It kind of sounds like an ad for like one of those Axe body washes, but I would imagine he's itching to get back on the field.
Yeah, it's better than the alternative. I don't know what the opposite of super fresh is, but that sounds better than...
Stank.
Yeah, it sounds better than that. So having Aqib Talib back at practice. Derek Wolfe back at practice. Maybe a quick turnaround for him. We'll see if he can pull that off. And Andy Janovich, the fullback, also getting the cast off of his arm. So Broncos coming into this game, it looks like, about as healthy as they've been in quite some time. And it's just in time, too, because this game against the Chiefs could be absolutely pivotal.
Yeah, you're talking the top three teams in the division sit at 8-2, 7-3, 7-3. And then, of course, the Chargers hanging around at 4-6 and are able to play just enough of a spoiler. You got Phillip Rivers. You've always got a shot. So the division continues to be the best in the National Football League and continues to be the battle. But I think right now, we talked about this some this morning on the radio show, one of the things that has me concerned, Broncos fans, is that a lot of you are out there saying, hey, at least we can see the wild card. Hey, there's going to be 3 teams coming out of the AFC West. Not so fast. A, pay attention to what the Miami Dolphins are doing. And B, pay attention to the fact that in the AFC West, these teams are beating each other up now. If you look at the remaining schedules for all 3 teams, and even the Chargers in the mix, who I think can finish the year at 8-8, when you see all of these teams beating each other up, this whole idea of the AFC West supplying 3 teams into the playoffs is not a gimme.
No, not by any stretch. And when you look at the schedule challenges, of course, the Broncos have the toughest schedule left, as you'd expect with their first place schedule. And the other teams, Miami especially, maybe has the easiest path through, and they're only 1 game behind. So yeah, I do think as it stacks up today, it looks like Miami actually has an inside track to sneak in there, even though if the playoffs started today, they wouldn't, but the playoffs don't start today. They start in 6 weeks, and there's a very good opportunity for the Dolphins and for these AFC West teams to beat each other up, making this game against the Chiefs for the Broncos, again, absolutely critical. It is as close to a must-win game in your 11th game as you can possibly get.
Yeah, when you look at the AFC South as well as the AFC North, you could be seeing those 2 divisional winners at 8-8, which means then you could see somebody in the AFC West on the outside looking in, even with 9 wins or possibly even 10 or more. It could get very interesting as things go down the stretch in terms of the playoff picture. A lot of it will get painted this weekend. There are no teams on bye in the NFL because it's Thanksgiving weekend. Then you get a handful of teams on bye coming up in week 13. So we'll pay attention to that as we roll forward. The Avalanche get a big win last night. It's back-to-back for them on the road. Granted, they gave up a goal with 6.5 seconds to go in the third when Columbus had pulled their netminder and had the man advantage, but then Dutchie puts one in there in the 3-on-3 overtime, and the Avalanche get another win on the road. The kinds of things that just show you maybe a little bit of life, especially late. But I hated seeing them give up that goal with 6.5 left.
You don't like to see that, but then again in the overtime, Duchesne gets credit for the goal, but really all he did was put his stick down and deflected it because it was a brilliant entry into the zone and a brilliant pass through 3 guys by Eric Johnson, basically a number 1 defenseman for them, going ahead and hopping into the play. So starting to see a little bit of offense generated for the Avalanche, which is great. If they can continue to do that and play at least serviceable defense, maybe they can get on a roll and make things interesting.
Same thing as the Nuggets continue to roll on, showing hopefully some growth, especially in the fourth quarter, not letting teams get back into the games with them. Take those wins when you can get them, especially at home. So we roll towards Chiefs weekend and, of course, a Thanksgiving week with you. Hope you have the family plans ready. Perhaps this is even your Friday right now in your week, and you're getting ready to kick off your weekend. Whatever the case may be safe this weekend. We hope you'll continue to check in on the Morning Minutes with us. We're back with you one more radio show this week, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., Mile High Sports Radio. For Sean, I'm Nate. See ya.
Go Rapids.